Russia comes behind the United States in creating and innovating helicopters. Helicopters made from Russia are the most popular in militaries around the world. From the largest helicopters in the world to the most used helicopters, here are the 10 best Russian military helicopters in history. Mi-24. There are many nicknames for this legendary helicopter, including the Agalina, crocodile, drinking glass, and officially known as Hind in NATO countries. The Mi-24 is a large helicopter gunship, attack helicopter, and low-capacity troop transport helicopter. It is produced by Mil Moscow Helicopter Plant and has been operated since 1972 by the Soviet Air Force and its successors, along with 48 other nations. Soviet inventors envisioned this machine as a hybrid between a helicopter and an infantry vehicle. In addition to armor protection and weapons on board, the Mi-24 had also a space for delivering infantry to the battlefield of up to 8 soldiers, and could support the landing force with fire. In reality, the infantry landing operations were rare and the helicopter was more often used for attacking enemy forces. Throughout the years, the helicopter was used in plenty of military conflicts around the world. It was used by Ethiopia in the Ogaden War, by Libya in their involvement in the Chad Civil War, and even more extensively by the Soviet Union in their invasion of Afghanistan. More recently, the Assad regime used them in their attack on Aleppo during the Syrian Civil War. In the invasion of Artsakh, the war in Donbass, and the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh War. It has a maximum speed of 208 miles per hour and can use a wide range of potential arms, with the exact armaments varying by country. Ka-52. Nicknamed the Alligator. The Ka-52 is a Russian attack helicopter with the distinctive coaxial rotor system of the Kamov Design Bureau. It was designed in the 1980s and adopted for service in the Russian Army in 1995. It is manufactured by the Progress Company in Arsenyev. It is used as a heavily armed scout helicopter. It is the world's first operational helicopter with a rescue ejection system. The Ka-52 was used in the Second Chechen War, deployed in Syrian Civil War, and more recent in the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022. It has a maximum speed of 196 miles per hour and can be armed with mobile semi-rigid 30mm Shipyonov 2A42 cannon, S-8 and S-13 rockets, and several kinds of missiles and bombs. Mi-28. Nicknamed the Night Hunter, the Mi-28 first appeared in 1987. Since then, a few modernized versions have also appeared on the market. The Mi-28 is a military tandem, two-seat anti-armor attack helicopter that operates on a day and night, all-weather basis, hence the nickname's Night Hunter. It is an attack helicopter with no intended secondary transport capability. It carries a single gun in an undernose barbette, plus external loads carried on pylons beneath stub wings. This attack helicopter has received a long-term state contract to be produced through 2027. It made its combat debut for Russia during the Syrian Civil War, taking part in the Palmyra offensive on the part of the Syrian Arab Army in support of the Assad regime. Its combat debut for Iraq came earlier when, in 2015, they took part in the Battle of Ramadi to purge ISIS forces from the city. It can obtain a maximum speed of 200 miles per hour while armed with a chin-mounted 30mm Shipyonov 2A42 cannon, Atacama anti-tank missiles, and S-8 and S-10 missiles. Mi-26. The Mi-26 is the largest and most powerful helicopter ever to have gone into serial production. Debuting in 1980, this multi-purpose helicopter is still produced today for both military and civilian purposes. The primary purpose of this helicopter is transporting heavy cargo. Upon its release, this giant flying machine replaced the Mi-6, which then was the world's largest helicopter. The aircraft deployed in relief of the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. The Mi-26 also participated in the transportation of a preserved woolly mammoth found in Siberia in 1999. The Mi-26 measures more than 131 feet, has a crew of 5 and can carry 90 soldiers or 60 stretchers. It can carry 44,000 pounds of cargo, and has a maximum speed of 183 miles per hour. Mi-38. This light transport helicopter was first flown back in 2003, but was still undergoing prototype testing in 2010, with it finally being introduced properly in 2019, for mass orders and production. In fact, the timescale for its development is even longer than that, with development stretching back to the 1980s. Originally intended as a replacement for the Mi-8 and the Mi-17, it is being marketed in both military and civil versions. The Mi-38 measures 65 feet, can carry an internal payload of 11,023 pounds, and has a maximum speed of 160 miles per hour. Mi-8. The Mi-8 is a medium twin-turbine helicopter, originally designed by the Soviet Union, and now produced by Russia. In addition to its most common role as a transport helicopter, the Mi-8 is also used as an airborne command post, armed gunship, and reconnaissance platform. Its serial production began in 1967 and it is still produced today, making it the world's most produced helicopter in history. When combined with the Mi-17, the two helicopters are the third most common operational military aircraft in the world. These transport helicopters saw Soviet use during their invasion of Afghanistan in the 1980s. They were favored in part because their rugged build made them useful fits for the terrain. They also saw use during the decade in responding to the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. Kamov Ka-31. The Kamov Ka-31 is a military helicopter originally developed for the Soviet Navy and currently in service in Russia, China, and India in the Naval Airborne Early Warning and Control role. At the outside of their usage of the helicopter, the Indian Navy realized that it had limited endurance and range, which caused them to attempt to develop a helicopter-to-helicopter refueling system to compensate. China, meanwhile, has stationed them in naval bases in its eastern provinces. It can attain a maximum speed of 160 miles per hour for a range of 370 miles. Kamov Ka-60 and 62. The Kamov Ka-60 Kasatka is a medium twin-turbine military transport helicopter under development by Kamov. The Ka-60 being the military version and Ka-62 being the civilian version. This helicopter was first introduced back in 1998, but has since entered something of a development purgatory. The Ka-60 has a crew of 1 or 2, measures 51 feet and has a maximum speed of 191 miles per hour. The Ka-62 can carry 14 infantry troops or, if used in a medical capacity, 6 stretchers. Kamov Ka-27. These are 3 models in one: the standard Ka-27 helicopter, a downgraded Ka-28 version, which is used for export purposes, and the Ka-29, which is the assault version that can be outfitted with armaments. The modified Ka-27/29 has been spotted operating for the Syrian Navy during the Civil War. The Ka-29 variant can be armed with one mobile forward-firing GSHG 7.62 machine gun, one 30mm 2A42 cannon, and various bombs.